Hi, Orange Girl here with another scrapbooking process video for you. I'm working with a cut file from the Cut Shop. I am using one of the Love Rules cut files that are available. They come in a set of 4. When you buy it, it comes with 4. I'm going to use this photo, and this is the one that I chose to use. It has the little XOs all over it. So I pulled out my Dear Lizzy paper, and this is from her most recent collection. I believe it's called, I forget, She's Magic? Yeah. And I'm going to go ahead and cut these 2 papers at 8¼ by 4¼ And my first thought was I was going to go ahead and put this green behind the cut file, and then on the left side I would have all of the hearts, and I really liked the way this looked together. My layout is really all about, to be honest, I was dusting the house, and as I was putting stuff back after dusting the end table, there was this stack of books there that I put up, and the stack of books were all about music. So some were newer, so I think maybe, I mean, some of them have been there for a while, but some of them were newer, so it just kind of like was, whoa, that is a lot of books about music. And so I snapped a quick picture, and then I did post it on Instagram with the heading something like, I wonder if anyone likes music around here, or something like that. And I end up using that as my part of my journaling, which I so often do. So right now I'm just kind of going back and forth. Do I want the heart side, the heart to be underneath the XO paper, or do I want the green to be under the XO paper? And I decided on the green, which was kind of my original thoughts. And then I wanted to do kind of some clusters. And I thought I might use one of these frames and for around my photo. But I don't think I end up using any of those. So eventually, and I think I do this off camera, I hole punch these and I put them in my traveler's notebook that is hole punch that I have actually from Color Cast Designs. It's a wooden cover and it has 2 rings. So eventually this will get put into that. It's kind of an everyday album that I'm doing. It's I think the cover says currently or right now or something like that on it. Okay, so I'm just kind of going through and looking for maybe phrase stickers or regular stickers. I was thinking I was going to do like maybe 3 or 4 clusters. And at this point, I'm thinking I'm going to put my title over on the left. And I was thinking I would do some sort of play on words like, I don't know, something about love or music love, or do something related to music love. And so at this point, I know I'm going to use the green for the XO paper. So I just go ahead and, even though right now I think everything's upside down, I go ahead and just glue this down because I know I'm not going to change my mind on that. So I might as well get that finished. And then, yeah, so that's how it goes, right, like that. And so I kind of mess around with this a little bit because one side of this, now no one would ever notice this, except for I would notice. One side of that green paper is a little darker than the other side, and when I cut the little strip to go on the left side, it was from the lighter parts of that paper, and so I wanted to make sure that the lighter part was on that middle side so that it would match. Even though I don't think anyone would notice, but I would notice, or I would at least know, so. I really love, like, a lot of the collections lately have come out with these phrase stickers that are in these rainbow colors, and I just love them. And I just use, like, I think I end up only using 1 or 2 little things from that. But so at this point, I kind of decide I'm not going to do, well, I think I'm probably not going to do the frame around the photo. I just feel like it's just a little too bulky or something. And so I do my usual tissue paper behind the photograph. So this photo is, I think, like 2.7 by 2.7 inches, something like that. And so it's just a nice square size for this size of a format or project. So now I'm just kind of looking through the stickers and trying to decide if there's anything on the sticker sheet that I really like. One of the reasons that I picked out this paper was I was thinking I might use some of these stacks of books. So I cut some of these out and went ahead and did a little fussy cutting. I think I speed it up here a little bit. And so I'm going to do a little fussy cutting around these stacks of books, but they actually don't end up making it to the final project. One of the things that happens when I switch to a traveler's notebook format, when I've been doing a lot of 12 by 12s, is I kind of prepare or think I'm preparing for something much larger than what I actually have to use. And so I end up like thinking that I'm going to have all these clusters, or I might use these right here. And these are fine and they look okay, but I like what I end up with actually better in the end without them. So now I've decided that I think my title might get lost with all of those hearts. And so I decided to actually move my title over to the right side, or at least I think I'm going to at this point. So I took a little break and I went ahead and got my journaling all ready. My journaling says, I was dusting. As I stacked the books back up on the end table, I thought, I wonder if anyone likes music around here. And so that's my journaling. And I went ahead and did that on strips and cut that up. And I decided I would go with my journaling since it has the white behind it on the left side. And that would add some of the white that you see over on the right side would kind of move over to the left because the cut file is in white. And then I'm using those 4 little hearts that are like puffy stickers kind of. And I'm using those as my tie-in from the left side to the right because that left side is so full of hearts. And by putting some over on the right side, it kind of ties the 2 pages together. And if you are someone that watches my layouts very much, watches my videos, I mean, you'll know that when I do Traveler's Notebook pages, I usually do a 2-page spread, and I try to tie the 2 pages together so they look like they belong together. So I'm not too worried about the whole Traveler Notebook looking like it belongs together, but I want the 2-page spreads to look like they belong together. So my title is going to be For the Love of Music. That love is from a different source. It is not from the Dear Lizzy collection. I cannot remember actually what collection that's from. These are Pink Fresh Studio Joyful Day alphas. I love these. They came, so what you're seeing there is 1/2 of them. The other half are just as many of these beautiful multicolored alphas, but on the other side. So they are grand. I love them. I actually wish, even though there's a whole bunch of them, I wish I'd have bought more of them because I really love them. So I decided to go with putting overlapping love on the top of my photograph. And there's a bunch of white space up there, so there's no reason, to leave it to not overlap it. It's not covering anything except for maybe a little bit of light coming in the window. So I'm going to mess around with this just a little bit, but I think I actually end up moving for the back up. I might do that off camera. One of the things that happened while I was doing this was after I got it, what I thought was all done, then I shut off the camera and then I realized that I changed like 2 different things or something on it. So right here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue down my journal strips. And as I'm gluing them down, I decided that I kind of wanted to make sure there was a little bit of space between the first sentence, which says, I'm dusting, and then the rest of the journal, so that there was kind of like a pause. So it was like, I was dusting as I stacked the books back up. So there's like a little pause in there. So I leave a space. And then I add one of these little, what are those things called? Rainbows. I add a rainbow there. And then I add another rainbow at the bottom. And I end up adding one, I'm trying to decide if I want to add them all over. And when I take this one off, I completely ripped the paper. So I try to fix it. And you know what? It's not perfect. I do some things to try to cover it up. And in the end, it really doesn't matter. You'll be able to see it in the close-ups, though. Trust me. You'll be able to see it if you know it's there for sure. So, Anyway, so what I end up doing is I end up putting, I think, some of the puffy stickers over it. I add some puffy heart stickers, and when I do that, that helps a little bit. You'll see that here in just a second. So one of the things I did to tie the 2 pages together is I went ahead and I added a little bit of that green stripe over on the left side so that the green is on both sides. And then obviously the papers go together. I'm adding these hearts over here on the left, and then I add some hearts over on the right as well, so that the puffy stickers kind of tie the 2 pages together. I'm still kind of messing with that, and I really, really wanted to use these books, but it's just, they were big enough that it just wasn't going to work, I didn't think. And there's even a sticker, I think, with some books on it. Yeah, right there. But I don't end up using that either. At this point, I add these 2 stickers. One says fun, and the other one I think says joy or something. Then as I'm taking it off, because I don't like it, as I take them off, I rip it some more, which is bad. But like I said, I end up making it work out. So I don't end up using these stickers, and I think actually it's almost to the end of the video already. I think I end up taking those 2 stickers off, and I add one of the phrase stickers underneath the journaling, and it says my favorite thing. And then I add another one of the phrase stickers that just actually has hearts on it above all of the journaling. And I think I do both of those things off camera because I shut off the camera and then I realized my mistake. I just didn't like the way it wasn't centered or something, and then I went ahead and just added those 2 things. You can see them there in the picture. So those are the close-ups. This came together really fast, and I really loved working with the Dear Lizzy materials. And so thanks a lot for stopping by. I am loving, loving, loving these fantastic Traveler's Notebook cut files. They are fantastic, and I love them so much. They make things come together so quickly. Thanks a lot for stopping by, and I'll see you in my next video.